Okay. We are rocking and rolling.
How do you know?
Because I seen the meter. All right, how's it going, folks? Appreciate the patience. Welcome, episode 32, and welcome back. Glad to have you. If you're watching this episode later on your own time, appreciate you taking time to do that. Where's my... I forgot my pamphlet. 1 second.
Look at you forgot.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Malia. My dad's name is Ben. He used to be called Benji. For short.
You telling him what I used to go by when I was younger?
You said don't say your name all the time.
Huh?
You said when I was little, I used to say your name all the time. And then once, either it was my imagination, or I heard you say, don't say my name unless we're somewhere and they need to know your name.
Okay. So yes, in case you didn't catch that, this is Malia. I'm Ben. And
this is our 32nd
good job.
Podcast.
High five for that too.
I didn't know how to put it. 32. I didn't want to say it like that.
You said it just right. Yeah, 32nd. By the way, I like your hair.
I did it.
Yeah.
I like the hairband on it too.
I know. I like.
I was careful to not do it.
And you put your swag on, dude. This is cool.
I still have this shirt under it.
Yeah.
To keep me warm, and so when I'm done, I can just fling it off.
So it actually fits pretty good now.
Yeah.
What size is that? Let me see. I forgot, you're getting so big now. It's a small, it doesn't really say size, but that's not too big, right?
Yeah, and my shoes are big too. And I have mismatching. Anyways.
Right.
I like these ones though, they're nice.
So this is cool. Malia, this is the first time Malia's I think this is the first time, ain't it?
Yes, first time.
So show them the front side.
Here's my front side. It says Dynamic Duo or Podcast.
And then show them the back side.
I want to get a new one of these.
Turn around and show them what it says in the back.
It says, we are animals too. I try to remember.
You want to explain why that says that?
Because we are actually animals too. We're from the monkey family. We were made from the monkey family.
We've evolved from them.
Into monkeys, to cavemen, to older cavemen, to people.
To people or preeple?
People, I said.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Monkeys, to cavemen, to people.
Okay.
So 3 things. From monkey, people,
Well, cavemen are people too, so monkeys to people, yeah.
Monkey and caveman are mostly the same thing. They're just man.
Kind of, I guess. It's the transformation. You're right. The 3 stages would be monkey, caveman, and then a civilized human, I guess.
If there was no girls, there wouldn't be no people. If there's no boy, there wouldn't be any people.
That's true. We need
boys
women and men, and boys and girls.
If there was no girls, no boys, then they wouldn't make a mate, and they wouldn't have a baby. Babies make people.
Yes, people make babies.
People make babies to turn into people.
That's right. Yeah, and it just goes round and round.
It's round and round and round.
It's a cycle.
Like mom.
But yeah, back to your headband and your swag and your side pony.
I have to do this first and then put this on wide and spread them out and then do it because it hurts when my glasses are first, and then I put this on because it tights it.
Nice.
So I have to do this and then this.
I like that you just took it upon yourself to do that. A lot of people might think I dressed you, and no, I did that. You completely just did that.
I got myself dressed anyways. I got all the clothes picked out. Besides these you picked because I accidentally picked 2 pairs of shirts today. So you picked these. I was going to wear a long sleeve, but I didn't because it was too hard. So I just went down there when you picked them, put them on, put them back all off, took my Under Armour on, and then put them back on. Race across the stairs and shut the door, turn off lights, and then shut the door. And sorry. And then what are we having for breakfast? And I don't see any, cereal. So what are we having? And then he was like,
Oh, this morning, yeah.
and then he was like, what donut you don't like? I'm like, what?
Got some vegan donuts, didn't we?
We had a donut today for breakfast.
Yeah, we don't usually do that, do we?
No, tomorrow can we?
Sure, I mean, we got a dozen of them, so that's why I was like, man, we need to start eating these things.
But we should eat half of one a day, because it's a little bit too much for me. So I think you need to cut it off for me, so I can eat half and still save some for tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Because I wasted a whole thing. That's why I said I just keep it, but you didn't hear me. So I just threw it away.
I didn't see half of it, so I probably misunderstood you.
There was a lot of... There was like a piece of corner of pizza slice, and then like this, and then
nice.
So you could have kept the.
It was good though, huh? For breakfast.
Yeah, I didn't like the sprinkle ones. I'm trying to. Tomorrow I'm gonna have the sugar ones.
Tomorrow I'm gonna eat one of the apple fritter ones.
Is it the sugar ones?
They all have sugar on. Oh, you're talking about the sugar glazed ones.
Yeah, are those ones you're talking about, or the big
ones? Yeah.
Yeah, could I have half of it?
Yeah, you can try.
I think you should have
about half, but
no, like a little corner, like done.
Yeah, I'll give you a piece of mine.
Like you have a corner, you have both corners, and then you can just slice it in half, and then I have like 4-inch.
I'm sure we can work something out.
I share mine, you share yours.
I like that arrangement. Yeah, we can do that. That's what it's about, right? Providing value.
Sharing is caring.
Careful, we hit the mic. We gotta be careful because it's loud. And when we touch on the desk and stuff, remember, we gotta be delicate.
What if I was doing this?
They can pick that up very loud. Remember, I know it's really hard. I have a hard time doing it sometimes, but let's just be mindful of it.
Can you push me in? And can I have the pillow?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, thank you.
I might as well just buy you one too.
This is gonna be mine, unless you have a fatter one. Now can you push me in?
I'll get you. I can get you one that's colored, maybe a different color.
I'd rather pick my own, like a star one like this.
If they have one like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get moving here. We are ranting and sidetracking and distracting.
Okay.
That's okay.
The plugs.
Where can they find us?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Plugs.
I know. I was just kind of segueing into it for you.
Okay.
So where can these good folks and
Facebook,
fine ladies and gentlemen find us?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I can't remember. Twitch, yes.
Which we're actually having. I just found out there's issues with Twitch. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to reach out and find out what is going on because I don't know what's going on. But I went on our Twitch channel and it would not show any of our videos. But there was a time where it did. So I have no idea what's happening. So I'll have to check that out. So if there's anybody that's checking us out on Twitch, I have a feeling it's being broadcasted on the Virus channel, which is basically our partner, my other podcast, which it would be called our partner podcast.
If the partner was still there.
I'm still here. I'm still doing it.
No, the other partner.
No,
Danny.
I'm talking about the two podcasts being partners. It's kind of like having two businesses that are business partners.
You have, actually, that's a good way because you do have two businesses. A band business.
Yeah, I mean, this can be considered a business too, sweetie.
Yeah, so you have 4 businesses then.
Yeah, although I like to think of a podcast as being more of a contributing, more the value is in the contribution. There we go. I'll spit it out already. The value's in the contribution, so I'm not really doing podcasts for money. It would be nice to eventually make some kind of monetized dividends off of it, but that's not the primary focus. The primary focus is to, for one, contribute, and then also I just like talking. I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of things that go through my mind through the week. And
is that what that says? Plugs.
I don't usually get enough time in the week to just kind of riff it up with people and talk about these things. So it's a great way to just vent and kind of bounce ideas off of people and share thought processes. So that's what we do here. We just enjoy our time.
It's already cooled off.
Like I said,
that's what I said. Can you
put the lid on them. So let's get in. Let's
Good idea.
So how was your week? Let's start with that.
Good. I had a good week. I was with you yesterday. You had a 2-hour podcast. Oh my god, that video is so hilarious. You should have seen the other one.
Which one?
The first one.
What video?
Me and Tom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see the first one though.
No, I didn't.
I'll show you after the podcast, okay?
Why don't you talk about what it is so that the people watching
it's
can
called
You want me to?
Tib Tab. Tib Tab, or it's either Tab Tib. It's probably Tib Tab.
What is it?
It's the thing where you make a picture and you can turn it into a video and you can make songs, you put hair. And my grandma did Ice Ice Baby with 4 people. And I think it should have been you too.
Yeah.
It would be so funny if instead it was, do you really actually like it?
What?
The song a lot.
I don't like it a lot, but it's got nostalgic.
But say that you are like low. That would be so funny if they had low.
Yeah.
There
Ice Ice Baby is a song that I came out when I was a kid, so it's definitely nostalgic, and so it has.
My favorite song, at least that is old, is Who That Is. Who That Is.
You know what's weird?
Yeah, it's funny.
I thought that was very weird that we were listening to Whoop There It Is in the car, and then we came in and we're cooking dinner, and when we were watching the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, we seen a Geico commercial with the tag team group singing.
There it is.
I was like, what the heck? I don't remember the last time I seen a Geico commercial, first of all, and then it was so ironic I seen them after we just got done listening to that song, and I haven't heard that song in a decade.
After we said, oh my god, look at her butt, and then we skipped that one, and then we heard low.
Yeah.
She hit the floor, and then next thing you see her do.
It's funny. I get you.
I love this song.
I'm introducing you to some old 90s. I mean, that song's not old, but the other songs you were listening to, like Whoop There It Is.
Yeah, that
old.
Yeah,
I was like
those
a kid.
like good and like good.
You like this?
I like Whoop There It Is.
Nice.
Whoop. I like when you sing it with me though.
Yeah, me too.
You're shy. I know that. You're shy about singing.
Not really. I sing all the time. What are you talking about?
Not sing. Like when I did a video.
When?
You didn't even sing.
I sing. You don't remember me playing a song while you recorded it?
No. If I played it, I wouldn't even hear you.
I sat there on the couch and played guitar and played Wonderwall while you were recording it.
You didn't sing though.
Yes, I did.
You didn't sing the whole song.
I don't know the whole song. If I did, I would.
You know the whole song. Don't even start that thing.
There's nothing to be shy about, sweetie. I mean, I'm very well aware that I'm not the best singer, but I can sing and I will sing. So
taste it.
Don't be trying to throw me under the bus like that. If I was shy, I would tell you. I'm already low. Low. Look, I just sang right there. Tell me I don't sing? All right. Let's we're sidetracking though. So let's
Are they both the same? How do you know? Are they both the same kind?
Let's get in, since we're getting more tea.
Tea time topic?
No, we're going to talk about our tea flavor first.
Oh, tea time topic. Oh,
so what we're doing is drinking some I didn't bring it. Malia, calm down, okay, so we can get into the topics. All right, so the tea of the day for our tea time topic is, again, brought to you by Encore, the downtown business that we got it from. And this flavor is citrus. And like I said, I think I was talking about this on my podcast, but I'm not a huge citrus fan. But I will say this one is very good. Right? I like it. It's very mellow, and I think that's why I don't like citrus too much because a lot of times it seems overpowering in my experience. Everything's overpowering.
Like the orange one that is super powering.
It's super strong.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
that.
down on the really strong citrus.
Like the bread one and like nighttime tea is not like that high. It's like in the medium aisle, so it's not that much.
This one's really nice and mellow. This tastes like a nice
lowest one we ever tasted.
combination of lemon and lime and orange. Just a real mellow and not very strong taste, but super good. So that's my take on it, and you like it too, apparently, right?
Look at it. It gave me barely any.
Well, there's more where that came from, so relax. All right, let's move it on to the next topic and get right into it before we eat up too much of our time. Let's stay on track here. We're going to get right into the dynamic discussion of our episode today, and we're going to talk a little bit about, and the reason I wanted to talk about this
Trying.
No.
Oh,
So the dynamic discussion is about kids and the activities that kids do this day and age versus the activities that I used to do when I was a kid,
Like
or my
climbing
parents
trees.
used to do when they were kids. Like climbing trees.
making igloos.
It started because I was talking to Malia and I asked her, what did I say? I said something to the effect of,
I said that. I said, it's crazy how people can climb up trees. And I'm like, how can people climb up trees? And then you start talking about it.
Yeah, so first it started because we were watching the homeless people's tents. We always see that and gander at it as we pass by, and she noticed that there was a bunch of tents up in the trees and people did stuff up high.
A tree house. Yes,
Treehouse.
a tree house with the
You got all kinds of stuff. Tree houses, tents in the trees. It's pretty crazy. So
Excuse me.
that's how it started, and then I said, "Oh yeah," I can't remember what I said, but I was like,
You said about the ladder, they couldn't, and then go like, no, that's a wrong place. So either they climbed a tree, and then you started saying they either climbed a tree or they grabbed the ladder and went over to town.
right, and you said, "What? They climbed a tree? How could they climb a tree?" And I said, "I used to climb a tree all the time," and then it just dawned on me. I was like, "Oh my God, I don't think you've ever climbed a tree. Have you ever climbed a tree?"
And
What did you say?
No.
That blew me away. She's 8 years old and has never climbed a tree. And I don't know if it's a boy thing or a girl thing. I don't think it's
both.
gender related.
No, everything is for both.
Exactly.
Not even, like, pink is for boys and girls. It's not just for girls.
That's true. And I mean, that's true. Yeah. As far as some activities go, there's a majority of some genders, I think, that are attracted to one thing more than the other. I don't know if it's social because society has made it that way, or if it's a natural thing. I don't know, but it is that way. But that's a different topic. We can talk about that another time. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that it dawned on me, she has not climbed a tree, and most kids these days don't do those type of activities like climbing trees. And then I started thinking about the things I did when I was a kid. I used to just play in the dirt.
I said never. I don't even remember.
She's never played in the dirt.
I have, but I don't even. I have probably like when I was a kid or something.
Right.
Like a lot of kids like to jump in mud.
Yeah, I can tell you when I was 8 years old, I was playing in the dirt and still climbing trees. And so, jumping off
Cliffs.
Well, that was something when I got older, a little bit crazy, jumping off cliffs into the river. But making snow igloos.
Making a big hole and separate rooms like.
Yeah, these type of activities, I don't think this generation will ever experience.
And you said
that's
you were
kind of
gonna.
crazy.
You said you were gonna. After this, I'll try to remind you to text Milo. Does he remember making a?
Oh yeah, to ask him
igloo.
if he knew if he remembers
about igloos and climbing up. Did he climb up trees with you?
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
If you.
I don't remember. You gotta remember, Milo was 5 years older than me, or is 5 years older than me.
Sorry.
And so we didn't do a lot of the things I was doing as a kid. He was, a little bit older than me, so he was like, "Oh, I don't do that anymore. I'm too old for that." It's kind of how kids are, especially with their siblings. But there was some stuff that we did a lot together. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. It's kind of crazy to think that kids are not going to be doing that regularly, or that that's just something that's you should definitely have an experience of climbing a tree.
Yeah, I want, like, if you ever had to.
Exactly. There's gonna, I mean, you never know if you're out in the woods and you have to climb a tree to get away from an animal or something that's chasing you. I mean, it's just a good, I don't know, or a flood, maybe a water flood. There's a tsunami that happens and there's water just comes and rips through. Being on a tree might be the only thing that'll save somebody.
Or swimming, because it's a little easier to swim.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like racing water. That's usually, you can't swim in that. That's just going to take you and slam you around wherever it wants to.
Then I'll let it slam me around until I get close enough to a tree.
Yeah, you probably, if you get caught in the water like that, you're not going to have control over nothing. You're at the mercy of whatever the water wants you to do. See what I'm saying? How
come it's in movies then?
What? That's what I'm talking about. Movies are movies, but sometimes they're pretty realistic as far as.
Like what if I was on a waterfall tubing?
Let me see your glasses. Got blobs of stuff on here. How can you see out of these darn things?
How come I can then, huh?
Yeah, how can you even see out of these? All right, so the thing about that is, people talk a lot about how we're getting a little bit more out of touch with the Earth. We're not experiencing like these just normal experiences where we go on hikes and like just kind of enjoy the nature.
Now about hikes, one thing you gotta do to get me to do it is not going up to the tip of the top of the mountain. That's a volcano.
Oh, come on, that would be cool.
No.
In a safe one. Obviously not the top of a volcano.
Yeah, like...
We're not going to climb Mount Rainier together.
Yeah, it's like, we will climb Mount Rainier, but about how much I went with Grandma. Like, we went to Mount Rainier once, and we only went, like, halfway. Like, 5 miles. Done. And then we started digging in the snow. It was fun. Nice. Not that high, though. It was still cold down. Mm-hmm. I had, like, a fluffy coat with cat hair or something. And it was weird. I don't know what it looked like cat.
Hopefully it was fake.
Yeah, hopefully it was fake. Yeah, I don't know.
They call that fox fur.
Fox fur?
Not like a fox, but it's spelled differently. F-A-U-X fur. Which is basically fake fur. Fake animal fur.
Excuse me.
So, yeah, that's part of what I'm talking about is, the fact that kids aren't climbing on trees and playing in dirt and, doing these type of things, jumping off of cliffs into rivers. Those type of things really kind of bind you with the earth a little bit more. I'm guilty of it now as an adult. Like I don't go jogging enough. I don't go nature enough. As much as we should be. And so that's why I bought that hiking book.
I know.
Because we're going to really go to those locations. And
like if it's, wait, is it all in this, our state?
Washington State, yeah.
So it's not going to be that far. I mean, we're going to have to take a little ferry or like a boat or something, but it doesn't matter. It's not that far at least.
I don't care if it is far. It's an experience that we'll have to do.
Like Hawaii? I want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, but
it's hot.
Let's focus.
African.
Yeah, let's
lie in the sun.
Let's stay focused, though. So yes, I think that's part of. That is part of what we're talking about with us being detached from the earth. So kids not doing those things is just part of us being separated and not
from the earth,
not actually being in tune with nature. As really what I'm trying to say. So I think we should focus more on that. Me and you have chosen to do that. We're going to do that this year, this spring, this summer. We're going to really take time, even if it's every weekend, every other weekend. We're going to have to take that time to go hiking and experience these things that are very important to me. And I've lost touch of these things as well. So what's up? Crossing your fingers.
For no reason.
Okay.
Well, actually a reason, because cross your fingers and stuff.
I crossed all my fingers. So technically that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crosses.
10 crosses.
10 fingers crossed means 5. 1, 2, 3. Well,
10.
Technically,
It's 10.
it's like a braid. Or does that look like a braid? Okay.
If you do it your way, it probably will.
Does that look like a braid?
Yeah, it's a braid, of course.
All right.
Apparently, you know my hair is a side braid.
A side pony.
Side pony. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't braided your hair in a while. We need to braid you up.
Oh, I know why they called it pony, because like it's the back of a horse. That's why.
Yeah.
And they're combining animals into hair things.
It's just sayings. People do that all the time, you know. Like I don't know, like a.
Then what's this for then, huh?
Like a hairpin turn.
What's a hairpin turn?
It looks like a hairpin. It's a turn on a racetrack that goes like this. Because it looks like a hairpin.
What's a hairpin?
A hairpin is
A thing where you go
yeah.
like this.
Yeah, but an old school hairpin. All right, you're gonna make me show you.
Yay! No.
Let's do this. Hairpin.
Old school hairpin. Old school.
See that? That's a hairpin. See, so when a road does that, it's called a hairpin. See how they showed this? A road? Because it has hairpin turns on it. But yeah, those are just things that us that people have done just to reference sayings of. What's going on here? Is this? Let me hold on a second. Oh, we're not even. This is hilarious. We're not even on the video stream, sweetie. I'm so glad I checked that.
Wait, we haven't. They can't hear us?
No, they could hear us very well. We just were not on the video.
So no one could see us?
No one could see us. They could just hear us.
Okay, turn it off on camera mode. Now
Okay.
they can. Now they can. I can see it. Yeah,
Okay.
now they can.
We're good to go?
Yeah, they can still see us when that.
Okay.
So they can still see that. Yeah, I can tell.
All right. I feel like a moron. So, God, I wish someone was actually tuning in to watch us. They could tell us about those things, right? And be like, hey, just so you guys know, your video is not working. So, sit down. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not a moron.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, help me out, you know? When you see that stuff, if you notice something off, be like, hey, Dad.
What do you think? The corner of my eye like this. I tried to do that and tried to do this.
Good thing I would check that, or I wouldn't have seen that. So,
Otherwise, they wouldn't see us for the whole episode, and they wouldn't be able to see us.
I guess for people that are no, we're not on Spotify, so I guess that doesn't matter. So yeah, we are a video streaming podcast. That's a bummer. Well, we're here now.
Now you can see us at least.
All right. So, anyways, we are. This is weird.
Sorry, I keep second light.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's working. I mean, it must be working. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic, all right?
Is it tea time topic or?
No, we're going to be reviewing. What you got for a review?
Reviewing is my shirt. I mean, not my shirt. Duh.
Your shoes?
I got new shoes at Skippers. Skechers. Yes, Skechers. Why'd you peel it off?
Because you don't need it on. Hey, watch out for the mic. There you go.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So you got some Skechers. Why don't you show them what it looks like?
I know, I'm showing. Oh my god.
You got Butterfingers?
At least I have another one, at least. Here's the bottom. Pretty clean. Side. Then.
Here, and this is supposed to come off, sweetie.
That's cool.
Alright. I like your shoes, by the way.
As for sneakers, as for short, I think it should do. Nice. I like
and your socks match.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, they do match. Interesting.
I'm trying to get.
Crazy good choice.
And I just picked it because I didn't want. long sleeve. It's hard to get it on.
All right, careful not to bang the table any more than we are.
Okay.
All right, what about your other pair?
Let's see which one.
I think we fixed the video before we started visually reviewing.
That would be a good time. Perfect time for someone to be on.
That was perfect time, yeah.
No one was on though.
These are recorded though, so someone will watch these later on anytime.
Oh, and say, you're gonna have to redo a 32 podcast again. So here's that.
Nice. You got another sticker down here.
Get a minute.
All right.
Was it big?
No, it's just a little guy.
And it's high tops.
Those are cool too.
And you can turn them off like this. You just tap them and it glows. And then you just click this that says light. Lights?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you click the button, it's hard to click them. And
That's really cool. When they had shoes like that when we were kids, the light up shoes, they didn't have the option to turn them on and off. So they got smarter with that now. That's pretty cool.
People
you
are
can save the battery. I don't know if it's I don't know what kind of battery, if it's solar powered or what kind of battery it is, but it can be, rationed out and conserve it, Very cool. I like your shoes though. Let's do the book of the day.
It's called Trying. The book of the day is called Trying. It's about this little boy trying. It looks like to build.
Okay.
It looks like he's trying to build.
I could already tell I like this. I feel like it's got a good message already. By the way, this is awesome. So this is like, wait, didn't we do this one already? We didn't, huh?
No.
This is awesome. I got like 4 books by the same guy. By the way, that 3. Just reminded me. I think it was 4.
No, 3. We got 4. So 3, and then the Dad by My Side was a different author.
I know that, but I thought we already read 3 books by Kobe Yamada.
2.
Okay.
It's maybe, and then the other 2. So we have 5 books, actually.
I'm going to write his name down because I wonder if I want to see if there's any more that we can order.
Oh, to look up right when we're done? Yeah. Okay.
Because I really like this author.
Yeah, he's a really good one.
And I really like, if it's the same artist, I think he has a few different artists that do these. It's not the same artist. So.
That's cool right here.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
A dragon.
We'll get to it.
Crazy.
Okay. So this is, in case you haven't been following us and you're new to this segment, we do a book that I read. And
every day
the last few weeks, let's see. Over the last few episodes, I want to say we read a few different books by the same author, Kobe Yamada, and I'm pretty impressed with the messages and the artwork and stuff that he's got going on in these books. So I really like it, and like I said, me and her are gonna kind of search out a little bit more. Hopefully, he's got a nice collection of books.
There's one I'm standing, so I can just lean and do that. So I'm just gonna stand, and I like standing a lot.
Okay, let's get right into it. Because we're gonna have a tea time topic that's we're gonna segue into the tea time topic after this. All right. How will you know what's possible if you don't try? By the way, this book's called Trying.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. This is a story for anyone who has ever felt like a beginner, or had doubts, or worried that they weren't good enough. It's a story for those who have experienced the pain of trying something new and not having it turn out as they had hoped. So in many ways, it is a story for every one of us, because at some point in our lives, we will all fail. Failure can be disappointing and even heartbreaking, but the story doesn't end there, because failure has so much more to offer. It's a necessary step to learning, to growing, to getting better. It can show us how badly we want something and how hard we are willing to work to get it. It challenges us to be brave, to take heart, and to try again. And yes, there will be times when you'll question yourself. You may want to give up. But if you believe, if you practice and press on, you can do amazing things.
The reason why I have that there is because I'm almost empty.
See, already, fantastic message. I really like this author.
Before you start, can I have more?
Yeah.
So I don't get you. Don't worry about the sugar.
Drag this closer so you know.
That's a lot of sugar.
Okay. Here we go. How do you do that? I didn't realize I had said it out loud, but the sculptor looked over and replied, "You simply do it." "Oh no, I can never do that." "How do you know?" he asked. "I just know." Confused, I walked away. He must be joking, I thought. But as I left, I couldn't help wondering what it would be like to create something so incredible. When I returned, the sculptor looked over at me and asked, "How is your sculpture coming along?" "I'm here to watch. The best way to give your talents an opportunity is to try," he responded. "I'd rather just watch. I can't mess things up if I just watch." "Ah, yes," he nodded. "If you do nothing, it feels safe, but everything stays the same. If you do nothing, there's less to experience, less to love, and less to learn." The fear of failing is the scariest part, and it stops most people from starting. The only way to get to where you want to go is to take a step in that direction, and the best way to do that is to begin. Oh man, that's like the best thing you can tell a kid. It was all I could think about. Even as I slept, I dreamt of creating beautiful things.
That's cool.
This is super cool.
Wait, where is he? Where's the boy?
Bed.
I don't see his head.
Right here.
Oh, that's his bed? Or does he have an imagination?
He's having a dream.
Oh, about how his bed looked and how the cat was there. That's a cool bed that he's dreaming of.
Absolutely.
I
I was excited to get started. But as I was working, I realized that something was wrong. With every strike, I felt a little more deflated. With every blow, my disappointment grew. This was not turning out the way I had imagined. Why did I think I could do it? Why had I let myself care about this so much? The next time I saw the sculptor, he asked about my work. I told him it was no good and that I had quit. "Why would you do that?" he asked. "Because it feels awful to want something so badly and then just be disappointed." "Yes," the sculptor replied. "Disappointment hurts, but failure is temporary. In many ways, necessary. It shows us how something can't be done, which means we are a little closer to finding out." Are you done? I want you to focus on the book, sweetie. Because we're going to talk about this afterwards, okay? Thank you. It shows us how something can't be done. Let me go back. "Yes," the sculptor replied. "Disappointment hurts, but failure is temporary and in many ways necessary. It shows us how something can't be done, which means we are a little closer to finding out how it can." When you first tried to walk, you fell, but you picked yourself up and tried again. You were willing to fail over and over and over, and that is why you succeeded. How do I know this? You are standing in front of me now. Good point.
Everybody does that.
I had tried and I had failed. Now he was asking me to try again. What good would that do? I had already proven I couldn't do it. But if I was honest, I wanted to believe I could. So even though I worried that I wasn't good enough, I decided to try again. I worked and worked, then worked some more. And while I could see it was a little better, it still wasn't at all what I wanted it to be.
Doesn't matter, you can restart.
I stormed up to the sculptor. See? I told you I wasn't any good. And this proves it. Are you happy now? Yes, he replied. I'm happy. It is good to see you sculpting. But it's terrible. I don't even know what I'm making anymore. You're making progress, he explained. I see talents emerging. I see risks being taken. I see courage. I see caring. I see perseverance. Yes, I see much progress indeed, and I hope you will keep trying. I tried again, and again, and again. Look at the cats.
Oh, I think he's making them, but he keeps...
No, these are real cats.
Oh, but these ones aren't.
Right.
He made them.
Those are sculpture.
Yeah, he made them. He made them, but he thinks they're not good.
As I stepped back and looked at my work, I had to admit, I wished I was better.
That's the best thing you can get.
I went to talk to the sculptor, and he asked me to go for a walk with him. He said, I know it can be hard when things don't turn out as you had hoped, but be proud of your failures. I know I am, every one of them. I can't imagine you ever failing, he laughed, more times than I can count. But each time you fail, you get a little smarter, a little braver, a little stronger. The truth is, we are all failures. The dreamers, the doers, the creators. Being a failure means you loved something. You cared. It means you stepped forward. You didn't hold back. You tried.
Is that true?
Yes, absolutely.
A failure is true?
Failing is part of a growing process, absolutely.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
Now I remember.
That's why I brought you here. He gestured to the statues around him. These are my friends. These are my failures. And I'm grateful for every one of them because they helped me become who I am today. I will tell you a secret, the sculptor confided. I am now much closer to the end of my life than the beginning. The time passes whether we have the courage to do something good and worthwhile, or we don't. It's been years since he's been gone. I will always treasure the time I spent with him, and I will never forget our conversations or what he taught me. When we make it safe to fail, we make it safe to succeed.
What, is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
How do I do that?
Oh, another girl. Oh my god.
Now he's the sculptor.
How do I do that? I wonder if there's another book
Now
about.
he's going to teach her the same thing that the old sculptor taught him. Very cool. Very, very cool message.
Yes.
Very cool story. Hold on.
Hang on.
Attempt what you can't in order to find out what you can.
That's a good message.
I really enjoyed that book. That was really good. And I especially like it because those are some of the things I talk about, you know, on my podcast a lot about failure.
I thought you were talking about me.
Trying things.
Trying, I do.
Especially after failing and trying again. Like,
I do that.
good. You need to. Keep doing it. Just always look for ways to be better next time you do it.
Like I traced on I flipped my camera around 2 times. I hit shift, control, shift at the same time. You know how to flip my camera back up? And then I did to make it go to make it upside down, and then I can move my mouse to go. It's like easier because now I don't have to do the pad. I don't have to go up to go down. Because when you do up, it goes down. When you go down, it goes up. So it's like, oh my god, I wish I had a mouse.
So what did you get out of that? What did you like about that book?
about trying, and he didn't stop.
Yeah, he didn't stop. I like
No
that.
matter what, even though the sculpture died, he didn't stop.
Yeah. I mean, what's the message that you specifically got out of that book that you heard?
The sculptures ideas.
Huh?
The sculptures.
What, sweetie?
The sculpture.
What about it?
No, the sculpture is what he said. I think he gave a lot of good advice to the kid.
Okay, the sculptor.
Yeah, I
gave
don't
a lot
remember
of-
what he said, but he gave a lot of good advice. I know that.
Well, he gave him the advice of attempting things and trying and failing.
It's like hard to say sculpture. It's like sculpture.
Well, sculpture is something that was created. A sculptor is the one who created the sculpture. So those two words are very similar. But you're right. The message was he taught the boy to look for ways to fail at something. Well, that can be received differently from some people. Look for something to try at and expect to fail, and know and understand that failing means that you're actually progressing. That is a really hard thing for people to get in their head, because it doesn't feel like you're progressing, right? You failed at something and it feels like it's a failure. You're like, oh man, it's not working out the way I want to.
No, you can restart next to it.
You always restart. You could always maybe fix what you have failed at.
Like you can do eraser, like the things. That's why it's good to use pencils, because then you can just erase it.
The beauty about failing is that's not the end. You know what I mean?
You can there's lots of papers for the world.
Yeah.
You can buy more paper if you need to.
So really, in layman's terms, basically what that means is failing is really just the beginning of something. When a person with a negative attitude or someone that's misguided or just doesn't understand this concept might actually view failure as the end of something, because they might think they're done. When they're failing, they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I can't.
It's better to fail.
Right. So if you look at
I'm gonna
failure,
make this right.
Yes. Look at failure as being either the beginning of something or stepping stones to the next step of the progress.
It's both. It's mostly both.
Yeah. And so, I think just making it a part of the learning process is where failure really can benefit people's lives. And so I think failure needs to be looked at, and failure doesn't need to be this negative thing. It can feel bad, it can feel discouraging, but it's how we handle that failure that makes us better. And because it's just a good thing it's a good learning process actually to go through that failure, because it teaches your mind to never give up. It teaches your mind that
it's okay.
You can get better. It teaches your mind that you don't have to stop. I mean, there's just so much value to failure. Huh?
By stopping what you want to do is not going to make it better. It's going to make it worse, or you're going to want to do it more.
It is going to make it worse.
When you start doing it, you're gonna go like, I should do that way more.
At least when you're failing, you are moving forward. A lot of people, again, might not understand that. It is a fact. If you are failing, you are moving forward. If you don't even fail, that means you have moved backwards. And if you've heard me talk about this before, you're not staying the same. Playing it safe means you're moving backwards. You're not learning anything new. You're letting things go by. You're letting that progress go by you. And so, in fact, you are moving backwards as the world is moving forward, and the people that are actually out there trying and failing are moving forward and powering through. So, yeah, it's crazy to think, but failure is progress and is moving forward.
I think this book reminds me of like getting a chance. When you get a chance, what do you do?
It's really similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you get a chance, you do it. Otherwise, you're gonna get chances less.
So trying gives you more chances.
Yes.
So that's why they do tie in together.
That's why I said if I could have made it, if I like Kobe Amada. He's a good illustrator.
Well, he's the artist. He's not the illustrator. The illustrator is Elise Hurst in that book.
Is he the one that writes?
Yes.
Oh, Kobe Amada is the one that writes?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I meant. Kobe Amada.
It's his story. He's the storyteller. And by the way, that's a very, very
Good art.
captivating story about an old man who gives a young boy
He's a
some
soulmate.
really beneficial advice. And then the sad part where the old man had
Dies.
passed away. But then the bright part where the boy retained all that valuable information that the sculptor taught him. And then at the very end there, it just repeats the cycle. Now the young boy becomes the old sculptor, and here comes
And
a
then-
new little girl that says
Yeah.
the same thing that he said when he was a boy,
how can
and
I
says
do that?
exactly.
Wait, is that actually what you said?
And that's and so there's also a bigger message there too. If you dig deeper, you can provide value in people's life by contributing what you have learned.
Yes.
If you have learned something positive in your life, you should look for ways to contribute that to other people that you care about, or not even people that you care about. Just look for ways to contribute that to someone who looks like they could use that advice.
Yeah, it's on
if they're
Facebook.
willing to hear it, if they're willing
You
to
can
receive
find
it.
us on Facebook too.
Probably.
Yeah, it's it.
Nice.
So we're gonna find out when we're done with the podcast.
So I thought that was a fantastic book. I like all his stuff that he's written so far, that we've read, I mean. But that so far is my favorite book that I've read by Kobe Amada. So give him a listen. Check out his books. If you're curious about the books that we have read,
Just
go
write
back
Kobe Amada.
go back a couple episodes and listen to the podcast in which I read these books in, and you can see what I'm talking about. Just
And
great author.
and if you have the book, you can grab it and read along with us when we're reading that book.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit deeper about this. Here's another thing about trying. You need to do things a lot of times, right?
To get better at it. The more you do it and the more you fail, you're going to get better and better and better.
Exactly. So the amount of frequency, that's what that means. Frequency is if you're doing something a lot or you're doing it a little bit. The frequency that's the two opposites of a frequency. So the more you can increase that frequency at something, especially something you're struggling with, you increase the odds of you getting better and actually getting in a position where you're comfortable with it, you're liking it a lot more, it's providing value, you see a lot of results. The amount of frequency just equals to the amount of results you're going to see. That stuff pays off very, very apparently. And so the amount of times you attempt something is going to show in the end result in what you're trying to accomplish in failing at, basically. So I probably said that already, but that's just another way of saying it, if that makes sense. So it's not just about failing and trying, but it's about doing it a lot. So I'm going to take that a step further and say it's about trying and failing at things a lot so that you can get better. Now you got to look for ways to get better. You can't just fail and do the same thing over and over and expect a different result.
It does make you better about that, but it's not going to get you anywhere about like making other stuff. Like you can still make that thing, but add something in it, or like something.
Yeah.
Anything that's going to probably do it, it's going to probably be Facebook. So you might as well not look at it because it's probably going to be Facebook.
But
Ding done.
yeah, there's just a lot of. I mean, I could sit here and break that book down and really just segue into different
But we don't
messages.
have enough time though.
Right. But I mean, I could really just segue into a lot of different messages that book has got me thinking about. Because, I mean, if you know me very well, at least in the last 3 years, I'm highly, what do you call that? I emphasize self-improvement in many forms.
You do a lot of things over and over and over, like building.
I do a lot of things over and over and over, but that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about very much interested, and I promote and I contribute self-improvement related topics. And so when I read a book like that is highly revolved around self-improvement, that gets me excited. I'm on board and I can relate to it right now because that's my life now, is just improving all the time.
And getting better.
And getting better, exactly. Looking for things to get better at, looking for things to get involved in, and looking for things to fail at. I am looking for things to fail at so that I can learn from those failures. So I'm totally on board with that. I love that. I can't stress it enough. I absolutely love that. So, but anyways, we're kind of diving in towards the last.
We have 5 more minutes until 8. So.
Yep, we're diving into the last 5 minutes. I really appreciate everybody who's joined us. Like I said, the first half hour, apparently we didn't have our video feed on. And so
sorry for that.
Yeah, appreciate your patience. Sorry for that. At least we caught it before we started doing the actual reviews of.
You're luckily you found that.
And again, I wish we had someone viewing it. They could have given us a heads up maybe.
So we would have been seen longer.
Yes. But that's okay. We will we'll do it. We'll get on board here, and then the part of that is because my list needs to be revised. I can't read that, and so I'm going to as soon as I get off.
Did Danny do that?
Yeah.
Oh. First, can we look at Kobe Amada though?
No, I'm gonna do that right after this first.
Okay, but don't erase it first. You're gonna start writing and then erase what.
But before we get off here, where can these folks find us?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Not Twitter.
Twitch.
There you go.
What's Twitter?
It's a different platform.
Oh, that was
different social media platform.
Mm.
So, one more time now.
Facebook.
Don't tell me. Tell the viewers.
Facebook.
That way.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter?
Twitch.
I keep forgetting it. That's why I look right here to see it. That's what I'm saying, and then it would say it.
Yeah, but that's you got to remember it. It's only 4 things, sweetie. So get it locked in your head. If you're going to be doing the plugs, get familiarized with it. Okay. Say Twitch first, then get the hard one out of the way next time.
Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And say it slower and clearer.
Okay.
Say it slower and clear.
Twitch.
While you're facing the camera.
Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
I'm gonna give you one more chance. Look at the camera and say all 4 of them. At the camera,
YouTube,
not up in the air.
YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram.
Good job. High five. It's about time.
And be dynamic.
Give me a chance to chime in on that. All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys, and catch you guys next Sunday. But until then,
be dynamic.